Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we actually saw a brand new update go live between MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ that includes a handful of new patch notes, some gameplay adjustments here and there. We also have some very interesting leaks in regards to some future major content for Warzone 2 in the form of yet another new map, potentially. So let's go ahead, let's dive into it here. First up, starting with the patch notes, obviously we've got our Friday, March 31st patch notes here. Their first global update, stability updates. This update contains fixes for a number of known crashes. I've said it once, I'll say it again here. I wish they were specific with this. I'm happy that we're seeing more stability updates. Pretty much every single time we see patch notes, this is now an included patch note. It's kind of like the fixed various map exploits from all the patch notes in the previous years, right? But the specifics here are important because some players know for a fact that they have crashing issues when they're using this blueprint or when they try and do this mechanic in the main menu, and every time they switch from this to that, their game crashes. And the only way to know if fixes for a number of known crashes fixes that is for them to go on and test it out and see if it works, which is just kind of an extra step that's not necessary if we just had the specifics listed below that. But regardless, this update did include some new fixes for various crashes, which is always a good thing. Now, gameplay adjustments. This is pretty important stuff here. Ashika Island Resurgence score events. The time removed from the Resurgence timer by the following score events has been adjusted as follows. So when you do this, it'll actually impact that countdown timer for that Resurgence respawn. If you break an armor, it is now down from 2 seconds to 1 second. So that's a small change, but a change nonetheless. Enemy downed 4 seconds, down from 5 seconds. Enemy eliminated 4 seconds, down from 5 seconds, and a headshot 1 second, down from 2 seconds. So basically just making it so that those are less impactful in that overall countdown timer there, just changing the rate at which a player will be building that respawn timer to get your teammates back in a little bit quicker, right? So that is going to be important for bringing your squad back and keeping your squad up. Not huge changes, but some changes nonetheless. We also got various bug fixes with this patch as well. They fixed an issue with tuning that allowed sprint to fire speeds to be increased beyond intended levels. I don't know why, because this is again just going to slow things down some. I think Ace just made a video the other day talking about how you could have some very fast sprint to fire speeds with certain attachments equipped. Maybe this is like combating that, but if that's the case, I don't know why we're slowing down gameplay more. I feel like we should be trying to speed some things up here and there so that movement is a little bit more less punishing, I guess is a phrase you could use. But this fix also considerably decreases the negative impact of tuning against sprint to fire. So there is that as well. Sprint to fire tuning though is going to be a little bit different now after this update. We'll have to see if that is a good or a bad thing in the coming days as we start to get used to this new change, right? They also fixed various issues that could cause some players to become stuck in certain areas around Ashika Island in Battle Royale. This has to do with certain jump spots, certain rocks. Sometimes it can make it so that you just could not move out of that spot. Very annoying and very obnoxious to run into, especially if you're in like a very dire situation. That could be game ending, right? So solid updates there. Fix an exploit allowing players to enter the map geography with an ATV on Ashika Island, so just an in-map exploit that no longer is going to be accessible. They fixed an issue that allowed one-way bullet penetration in some spots on Himmelmatt Expo. Obviously, a very, very important fix there. You could actually be shooting through a wall, but only you could shoot through that side of the wall. If the enemies tried to shoot back, it wasn't possible. Kind of creates an unfair area on the map. They fixed an issue that caused some UI text to overlap in multiplayer lobbies, just a simple menu update there. They addressed an issue where some players couldn't access the social menu while in Building 21 in DMZ. Quite frankly, I don't know what you'd be trying to do in the social menu while you were in Building 21. Gameplay there is pretty hectic and fast paced. You're probably causing your teammates to get a little bit angry if you were sitting in the menus, but hey, it's going to be easier to do something there now. They also have some small recently updated things. We've talked about these previously, but they fixed that whole quit to desktop pop-up on PC that was super annoying. They also fixed some issues preventing players from accessing the World Cup skins and Shredder. Basically, you couldn't access those operators for some reason in the main menu, but that was fixed, I think, like a day and a half ago or so. I won't lie, this fix of the sprint to fire speed still annoys me. I saw Ace just tweet about it too, how it was fixed instantly, but you know, various other exploits not getting fixed. Also, for what it's worth, the one-shot sniper blueprint that's still in the game that hackers can access, not mentioned on here, so we're still gonna run into one-shot snipers. Yay. That's going to be a thing still. Anyways, yeah, those are the basic patch notes from today. Like I said, we also have some pretty important leaks though for the future of Warzone 2 and some new map intel there. So we'll go ahead, we'll dive into that as we get into that part of the conversation. Quick reminder, if you guys are new to the channel, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, meta conversations, anything in between. It's all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. And if you guys enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. Would be seriously appreciated. Now, before we dive into some of these new map leaks, another quick note here. Modern Warzone ended up tweeting out this morning referencing something that JGod actually found here recently. Apparently, the heartbeat sensors in game have been stealth buffed back to the range that it had on Warzone 1. Essentially, the heartbeat sensor this year in Warzone 2 worked nothing like what it did back in Warzone 1, where it had like a 50-meter radius or so a range, and it was very dominant. It was a top-picked equipment for a long time because it was, so powerful. It gave you so much vital information. This year, the heartbeat sensor kind of sucked. It had like no range. You could be standing on the outside of a building and trying to use it, and sometimes the players inside would not get picked up on it. But I guess they saw that the heartbeat sensor was severely underutilized and they didn't like that, so they've gone through and buffed it back. I just wish stuff like that was mentioned in the patch notes because it is a pretty important game update and can seriously change the way a lot of players would want to build out a class with their equipment or, hunt for certain things in game. If you pick one up, previously you get that out of a chest, you're like, oh, that thing sucks, not picking it up. Now though, hey, maybe I want to use it because it is a bit more powerful. Anyway, moving on into these new data mined files that apparently have been found in game. This is coming from Task Force leakers over on Twitter, and recently they discovered that when it comes to the Warzone files right now, there's actually 5 different maps that have been referenced. One of them is called Sea Lion, that's the code name for it, and that is Ashika Island. One of them is called Saba, and that is Al Mazrah. One of them is called Biolab, that's Building 21. There was another one apparently called Cruz, which could be referencing Los Almas, which as we know has been sort of hinted at being the new map this fall based on like the campaign images and stuff that are found in some of the missions there. And most recently, a new map was added in known as Delta. And the rumor going around now from the various data mining, sources here and the leakers in the community is that this is going to be that second Resurgence map. You may recall that with the database breach leaks that we had a few weeks back, one of the seasons mentioned that there was going to be a brand new small map implemented, and that was likely referencing the next, Resurgence playable map. And Delta would apparently be the code name for that. So that's bringing some more credibility to the various different rumors and leaks saying that yes, when it says small map on that data breach calendar, it is referencing an actual Warzone map there that could be either a replacement for Ashika Island or an extension to Ashika Island. And we'd have 2 different Resurgence maps similar to how we had Fortune's Keep and Rebirth running at the same time. I'm hoping that's the case. I'd rather not remove any content this year. I'd rather have new maps stack on top of each other instead of replacing them. That just allows for more diversity in gameplay, right? So yeah, with all that being said, that is effectively everything that ended up changing in today's new updates between the patch notes, some stealth changes, then also some new leaks in regards to the future of Warzone as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. Would be seriously appreciated, and it does really help the channel grow. And if you guys are new here, or if you have not already subscribed, this is your one-stop shop for everything you need to stay up to date with when it comes to Call of Duty. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Join us on the road to 1 million subs. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.